Thanks for coming over to this Amadeus. Today's Dungeon Hunter Champion video is all about Steel Widow 13 in a free-to-play farm team. Now what you see on here is my free-to-play farm team. Stop looking at that dark fairy. Because let's be honest, if you had a second Wink in here, it would be better. Because as we'll see later on when we go through the gear and stuff, Wink's third skill ignores defense, whereas Zip's ignores shield. That doesn't matter too much because, as you know, we have Hoshin on the team. Hoshin offers 2 opportunities within her skill kit to block buffs, so that shield never goes up. Now, prior to the, update 5, Zip really was a much better unit from that standpoint. But now, since update 6, the debuff block stops the shield from ever going up. You know what? It's just not comparable. Also, given the fact that the synergy trait for Rota works with Wink, this team is 100% free to play if you replace Wink with Zip. Now, I have Zip, but you could also replace her, I guess. You could replace Zip with the Light Fairy, also free to play. I think that in my testing so far, Wink is a better unit from a DPS standpoint, especially if you can get her on some high attack speed. I think that's she's probably a better unit in substitution, and that's why I think this particular farm team is free to play, right? So I know some people are gonna be like, oh, you know, double Wink. You know, listen, if you're looking to farm like Steel Widow 13 in like a minute to a minute and 15, this is a free to play team, then you're probably not too worried about building a second Wink. So let's look at Wink for a second. So she's built on, her and Zip basically have very comparable gear, but she's built on the best attack speed gear I could put together from what I had. Now, oddly enough, that was a mortal set. So as you can see, I went crit attack speed on everything. And then whatever broken pieces I could get together with big attack speed on it, look at that, 23% attack speed. I wish that it had rolled into attack speed one more time instead of defense, but that's okay. Otherwise, we have her built pretty traditionally on attack speed, crit damage, attack. Neither one of my fairies is fully skilled up. So I'm going to point that out. Neither one of my fairies is fully skilled up. So if you have fairies that are fully skilled up, this team's even faster. Is even more incredible, right? Now, one of the things I do talk about with this team is Rota. Rota is not the synergy trait leader. That actually goes to the Light Archangel. But Rota is built on a support role with high crit rate. So she is just so important for the armor break, for the skill cooldown reduction. I'm sorry, the lower defense, the skill cooldown reduction, and the attack speed buff, right? Because your 2 DPS champions do a tremendous amount of damage based on attack speed. And she's built Adept Precise just because I could do Adept Precise and get her crit rate up to 100% because she's attack speed, defense, attack, right? So that makes her much more survivable in the Ascended raids. We've talked about this numerous times, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. But she's critical. And of course she's fully skilled up because she's a little bit more accessible. I think we could all agree as a 3-star nature element than Wink, because Wink is a 4-star champion. So it's a little bit tougher to build her. Now, Veilor. Veilor is such an OP champion. So I've talked numerous times, he's the primary ritual summon material that you need to get out there first. But I'm going to tell you, they're like, the more in-depth and the later in the game you get, right, closer to the end game, you start to realize that Veilor has a lot of nuance that's easy to overlook in the beginning, which is why my Veilor, you see, has accuracy, attack speed, and HP, right? You need HP for his shield, right? Everybody knows that. That makes everybody super durable. But I also have been really looking at applying accuracy because he has a lower attack debuff, which is critical in Steel Widow 13. And he has a cleanse on his first skill every 8th attack, right? Or not his first skill, but his auto attack. So look, Sacred Spear. Every 8th attack is empowered, causing it to remove all buffs from a single nearby ally. You know how important that is in Steel Widow if you aren't running immunity. And then Glorious Leap is the lower attack that you need to apply. And then the shield's based on HP. So, I mean, there's just so many components to him that make him really an interesting champion to build. Now, Zip, like we said, built very similarly to Wink. She is an amazing champion. I'm still looking for better gear for her because she does need a little bit higher attack than Wink does because some of her skills aren't attack speed based. And we'll see those in just a second. Now, once again, my top 3 or top 4 best attack speed sets are all mortal. So we have her built on Mortal Keen, attack speed, crit damage, attack. And the substats are all, like you saw, attack speed and crit rate. Very easy to build champion, just devastating. Now, Glitter Bomb, as you see, offers buff block, which I will admit is amazing for Steel Widow, but we run Hoshin, so we really don't depend on her to do that. And that third skill, Mystic Barrage, it ignores the shield, which, like I said, pre-Update 6 was important, but in a post-Update 6 game landscape, it doesn't matter. And once again, of course, she's not skilled up. I said that earlier. Now, I do say that probably the most important member of this team is Hoshin, right? And Hoshi's straightforward, HP accuracy. She offers 2 buff blocks in her skill set. She strips. She offers an attack buff. I mean, she just does so many things. She really is, the backbone of this entire team. So, I have her built on Adept. I wanted to put her on Adept Precise, but I had another champion that could use the Precise piece better. So I had broken her set up, and so now she's on Adept Broken. I'll be honest, she does just fine. She's on HP Defense HP just to make her a little bit tankier, because there's some raids don't actually ignore defense. So defense is always helpful. Now she is max skilled. That's to be expected if you're looking for like a 1-minute farm team for Steel Widow 13. You're expected to be in a little bit of the later game. Not necessarily in game, but definitely a little bit of the later game. So that's the team. I know I talked about it yesterday. There were a lot of comments, a lot of questions. A lot of people hit me up. They wanted to see this free-to-play Steel Widow 13 farm team. Now, I'll tell you, the win condition for this team is applying all the debuffs and applying all of the buffs. This team fails if Rota derps and doesn't land her accurate or her lower defense. This team fails if the attack debuff or attack power debuff doesn't get applied. And then, of course, if Hoshi doesn't strip or whatever. So there is some RNG to this team. But the consistency, I think, is pretty good if you can get everybody skilled up and ready to go. I have every expectation that the consistency, which right now is about 90%, I have every expectation that consistency is going to go way up once I get my fairies skilled up. But I got a lot of projects going on. We just gotta summon those fairies. That's all we got to do right now. But let me know what you think. What's your Steel Widow 13 farm team? Share it with the community if you got insights around how to build some of these champions. Let me know in the comments below. But as always, thanks for watching the videos. Have a great day. Bye.